Alrighty, guys. Alright, guys, we'll give a couple minutes for people to join. And then I'll go through this assignment. I won't be giving the answers, but I'm going to give some pretty good clues. So this is going to be like our quiz. So if this was in class, this would be like alright guys, clear off your desk, take out something to write with, quiz. But, you know, we're not in school right now, so things change. You guys only get 2 attempts on this, so you might want to team up with somebody or another person or a couple people and have somebody try the quiz the first time, and then have somebody try it the next time, and then have the third person try it the next time. So then you guys can all kind of work together on this. And I encourage that. That's, you know, resources. So I'll give it about 1 more minute, and then I'll get this started. I'm just going to be looking at my laptop right now. So I'm going to try to not give you guys any like written clues that I'm going to write down, but I'll try to highlight some things and help you guys out. Okay, let's get this started. So I'm just going to preview this. So this should be like your guys's quiz. Okay, so the first question here, it says, what is the equation? I'm going to zoom this in a little bit so you guys can see this better on the screen. Okay, what is the equation of the parabola with the focus of 0, -8 and the directrix of y equals 8? Okay, so a couple clues with this. Remember, the directrix will tell us what the equation should start with. So the directrix is y equals, meaning our equation should be y equals. So we could cross those 2 answers off. And then the clue is always to make the A, as long as our vertex, which is at 0, 0, and this one is, because these are opposite numbers, our vertex would be right at 0, 0, is equal to 1/4 times the focus. So whichever answer here starts out as the same as the directrix and is 1/4 times that number, the focus number, and then x squared. Alright, so hopefully you guys can figure out which one it is. Alrighty. Okay, next question's the same thing, except for these are fill in the blank. I'm going to have to zoom this out a little bit to make these line up. There we go. So same question here. If we got a vertex at 0, 0 and the directrix is at x equals -1/2. Okay, so the directrix tells us what variable we should use. I'm not going to pick it, but you should know it's going to be the same as this one. All right, then, well, we know the other side should be the opposite. So whatever we pick over here, we pick the opposite one over here. And then the number that goes in here is going to be 1/4 times the focus. Well, if the vertex is at 0, 0 and the directrix is at -1/2, the focus should be at +1/2. So you have to think it's going to be 1/4 times 1/2. 4 times 1/2 is 2. So whichever answer matches that 1/, whatever number I just said. Okay. Alrighty. Next one. Very similar problem, except for that we have a graph here. Okay, so a couple things to know about the graph is that if it opens up and down, it's a y equals. If it opens left or right, It's an x equals. So I just said pretty much what it is. Notice, okay, you pick which one it is. And then on the other side, pick the opposite one. All right, now this focus point is going to tell us our a number. Remember, our a number is 1 over 4 times that focus number. This focus number is at negative 1.5. It's in between negative 2 and 0, so negative 1.5. If we type in the calculator, negative 1.5 times 4, we get negative 6. So find the answer that is 1 over what I just said. Okay, I'm not telling you guys the answers, but if you watch this, you should get the answers. Okay. Moving on to the fourth problem. Okay. Uh-oh. Why is there these extra blanks? Ooh, I need to check something. All right, well, you guys are watching this video. You guys will get a hint here. Oh, man. Oh, geez. That is not good. Nobody would have got that. Well, if you see blanks, click the very first blank. If you don't see blanks, I'm going to change this. All right, so let's get the right answer here. So I will tell you guys the answer because that shouldn't have popped up. All right, what statement is true about the parabola y equals 1/4 x minus 3 squared minus 6? All right, the vertex is at 3, negative 5. That is wrong. The vertex is at h, which is 3, k, which is negative 6. Oh, wait, no, the focus is at 3, negative 5. Oh. The vertex is at negative 3, negative 6. That is incorrect. Maybe the focus is at 3, negative 5. Let's check it out. Where's my formula sheet? It's over here. All right, let's see. What we're looking at, focus. The focus. Y equals h plus 1 over 4a. All right, so h is negative 6 plus 1 over 4a. A is 1/4. So a fourth of 1/4. Yeah, this is the quiz. Sorry, Phelan. Is 1. 1 over 1 is 1. So negative 6 plus. Okay, so that is the correct answer. Please regrade the students. Okay. Canvas will. Okay. Scores may be affected. Yeah, I know. Update. Uh-oh. Choose a... Okay, maybe I need to. All right, so that should be the answer. It opens to the right. That's incorrect. It opens up. Ooh. Can I save this? Let's edit this. If not, worst case scenario, guys, I just give everybody 2 bonus points, so. I love this online learning with brand new stuff. Okay, the correct answer should be this one. Let's award students who answered for both correct and previous correct. No scores would be reduced. Only answered point for the correct. Give full. Okay, we'll do this one. And then I'm going to. Can I delete these now? I don't know why it made that shift. That's kind of weird. Alrighty, save it and preview it. So if you're watching the live stream, or if you're watching this video at all, you should know now. Okay, good. Question 4, the only choice there is A, and that should be the correct one. If you do see 2 blanks before that, click the first blank. But it is saved now, so if you take this quiz, if you start this quiz after 10:09 a.m., you should be fine. Okay, last question here is identify the vertex, focus, and the directrix of the parabola of this equation. All right. Maybe I'll help you guys do the tough stuff here, and then we'll go through here. Alrighty, so let's see. Alright, I'll just put this up on the screen. I'm going to write down my hand. Sorry, this is kind of... I got my camera on a tripod, and here we go. Alright, so we got x plus y squared plus 4y minus 1 equals 0. Alright, we need to get the x by itself, so I need to minus everything over. So you get x equals negative y squared minus 4y plus 1. So we add that over. So this is what we start. We add it over. Okay, next what we need to do is to factor out this -1 from these two things and put our blanks. So we get x equals -1 parenthesis y squared plus 4y plus blank. We still have our +1. And then the opposite of the -1 factor would be a +1 factor times the blank. So here we go. We got x equals -1, y squared plus 4y plus blank. And then we got +1. And then we have to get this +1 factor to cancel out this -1 blank. All right, what number goes in the blank would be this number here, 4 divided by 2 squared. All right, 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4. So I'm going to put a 4 here and a 4 here. Okay, I'm going to set this back down, and now we need to complete the square. So we get x equals -1 parenthesis y plus 2 squared. And then we got a +1 plus 4. So when we completed the square, y squared goes down to y, the plus stays in the middle, and then the 4 square root goes to 2. All right, just finish that last part up right there. So the equation should be x equals -1 times y plus 2 squared plus 5. Okay, now keep in mind that this is a x equals equation. So it is at the top right there in that chart. So we got x equals a is -1, y minus k. So k would be a -2 to make a +2, and then plus h, which is 5. Oh, I should put that here. Okay, so our vertex should be at hk. H is 5, k would be -2. Are those choices? Yep and yep. All right, our focus, make sure I did this right. Okay, our focus is at h plus 1/4a. So h is 5, a is -1, so 1/4a would be -1/4. So we'd have 5 minus 1/4, which would be like 4 3/4. Is that a choice on here? Sure is. And then k is still -2. Then the directrix is the opposite of that. So instead of 5 minus 1/4, it's 5 plus 1/4. So 5 plus 1/4 is 5.25. I'm going to actually double check that those are the answers because I don't feel confident right now, guys. So if you watch these live streams, I'm going to try to make this easy on you guys as can. Those are the answers. Let's see, what did I say for A? 5. -2. Yep. What was C? 4.75. -2. Ooh, x equals, oh yeah, it's x equals, because it's x. 5.25. I'm confused for the answers. How? Is it looking weird on your screen, Haley? Let me know, because you probably are not the only one having this mistake. So the vertex, I think we said, is at 5, -2. So just find 5. The negative. No, I was just writing down what you were saying, and I just don't get how you got some of those things. Okay. All right, just respond with like, okay. Are you okay with how we got this first equation? Or maybe give a thumbs up. How we got to here. because that's the first part, is getting the equation. Okay, great. So what we have to look at, this is an x equals, and going back from our chart here, the equation is x equals a y minus k plus h. And so that's kind of what I wrote here. And so what you might want to do too, which is helpful, is just to write off to the side, be like, okay, a would equal -1, h is equal to +5, and k would have to be a -2 because it's a +2 in our equation. Then to get the answers for the vertex or the focus or the directrix, we have to go back to this chart. So there's formulas for this. In calculus, you prove it, but right here we just look at the chart. Okay, so vertex is at hk. So we look at our numbers, h and k that we have, plug it in. The focus is at h plus 1/4k. The k is where I messed up. Yeah, the one thing that's tricky with x's and y's, the h's and the k's switch around. And yeah, the k in the x was always opposite of what you have. So anything inside the parentheses, if it's plus, your k or h is minus that, or vice versa. If it's minus, then it's a positive. So I think, what did I say the answers are? This one should be like 4.75. And this one's x equals 5.25. A was -1. So when we plug -1 in, that makes us a -1/4. So when we have 5 plus a -1/4 or 5 minus 1/4, it's 4.25. And then our directrix is the opposite of that. It'd be 5 minus a -1/4. There we go. So one thing too, guys, if you guys get stuck and confused on this, I do post these videos on YouTube. So just go back and watch them, pause them, click J to go back 10 seconds. That'd be good. You guys should notice they did say they blocked or unblocked YouTube for you guys, so you guys should be able to watch those, no problem. Okay. If you guys have any problems, let me know. I'll check the answers or the scores tomorrow to see if there was a big mistake that I made. But everything seems to be going well. All right. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. I'll leave this open for a couple more minutes. But this is, technically a quiz. But we do what we can here. So this quiz, they've kind of like told us, Will, that these quizzes are going on to the fourth quarter, but I'm using these kind of as a test to whether, I should round things. So I'm kind of separately on my own, like grading them to see like how much of an effect if these were on the third quarter, which like if class was normal, they would have been. On the third quarter, like if that would have made a difference in people's grade, and if it would, I round their grades up. I'm not rounding them down, but I round them up. So there are going to be some things where you like might look at progress book, but then count these in, and grades go up. So if anybody has any questions, just like email me and I'll let you know, and I'll go through the math real quick and determine what that'd be. Cool. All right. I'll leave this open for another minute and see if anybody else has a question. And if not, we'll end this and I'll post it on my story and on Instagram, everything, Canvas and YouTube, what have you. All right. All right, guys. Well, have a good one. We're 4 days down. 6 more to go, technically, but we'll see. All right. Take care.